Okay, good. All right, looks like we should be live. So looks like we got a few people here already. So let's go ahead and we'll get this rolling here in just a moment. All right, let's see who we got. Got Candy here. Big D Smoke. Dan Slee. Looks like Dan's starting to feel better. That's good. Let me see. Turbo Fish. King and Queen Cichlids is here. So welcome, guys. Reels Tanks here as well. So thank you guys for coming on by. So we got 8. So we'll start here in just a minute. Cichlids 23 is here as well. So we'll go ahead here and get it rolling. Give me 1 second. Small Fry is here as well. And Pam. All right, we got to turn off something real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had my fan going. So, all right. First things first. Let's do a little bit of an update on some of the progress of things going on here. So, let me go ahead and we will go to the screen share. And we will... All right, we are at the screen here. So I've got some work on the garden. This picture doesn't look very good. Still got a little bit more work to do. Right here especially, I had to straighten that up a little bit. But we're making some progress. Yeah, we'll get this all tidied up a little bit. But that doesn't look that bad outside when you see it, but it does look kind of bad in the picture. So... But garden's coming along. We've got the bed going here. The pond is in here. We've got some leftover stuff here I got to pick up. But going good so far. All right, so pond is in. There will be a video coming out soon about that. So Cichlids 23 was at PetSmart and found a 29-gallon kit for only $97. Yeah, let's see if we can do a little better than that. So water's in here. I've got some rocks in here as well. And then that's just another picture. Dirt's in. I'm going to amend that a little bit. My daughter's got some other dirt that I'm going to amend that with a little bit. So, shopping at CL. I don't know where CL is. Alright, and then we're going to leave that here for now because I'm still deciding what to do with this. So, I've been all over the map with kind of what to do with my fish room at the moment. I did lose another one of my butterflies, but I think I have it under control now. So now I have 1 butterfly fish and in a 245-gallon tank, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I was thinking about moving some of the saltwater fish to a 90-gallon I've got open, but I am not sure. So there'll be more to come on that once I kind of make my mind up. Lumpy Dog is here. How's it going? Alright, so I think that's the end of the slideshow. Alright, and we'll do our shameless plug here for the Marine Breeding Initiative that we do every week. So if you're around July 26th, 27th, or 28th in Bluefield Hills, Michigan, come learn about some saltwater breeding. There are some speakers announced now, so let me flip you guys over to the speakers. So, there have been 2. I missed it last week, unfortunately. But there's the first speaker, is Dr. Paul Anderson. So, he's going to be speaking about a framework for the selection of marine aquarium fishes to target for aquaculture. So, it should be pretty interesting. You can read about, if you go there, you can read about his bio. So Legacy Aquatics is here. Oh, Candy, that noise is the drain from the auto water change. The auto water change goes off right now too. So that's what that noise is. So I think I might have to retime the auto water change system for a different time of day. But I'll figure that out. So, but I got Dr. Paul Anderson here. You can read his bio. And then the one and only Matt Pedersen is going to speak as well. So he does speak on quite a variety of different things. You can look at his background as well. He's done quite a bit. If you guys have ever seen the lightning maroon clownfish, this is a gentleman that brought it to us. So definitely kind of an important guy when it comes to saltwater and freshwater as well, actually. So he'll be there as well. So that's the MBI. And then we got everybody here. Let's get on with the hamster story. So, all right. So we've got this is my daughter's hamster. His name is Millie, and he or she actually decided to escape. So I think I left the door open to the cage. They were gone this weekend at a Girl Scout camp, and I fed her. So I think I left the cage open, but I'm not sure. So anyways, Sunday night, about 11 o'clock or so, I decided to kind of go to bed. Try to get ready to go to bed, and the cage was in my room. Normally we move it out because the cat sleeps in there with my daughter. So I usually put the hamster in our laundry room, but for whatever reason, I think we were using the laundry room for something. So the hamster was in my room. Or our room, excuse me, and then I put the hamster. I went to go take the hamster cage and put it into the laundry room where it normally goes, and there was a missing hamster. So I don't know how long it was gone. So next thing you know, so I'm frantic at this point because I know that if the children wake up the next morning without the hamster, somebody's in trouble, and that would be me. So therefore, I went on a late night frantic search for the said hamster. So the hamster was found, funnily enough, in my daughter's room. And it's kind of funny because the way I found it, the hamster was on my daughter's bed. My daughter has a bunch of blankets and pillows and stuff piled up. The hamster was nose to nose to the cat. So the cat was here, hamster was here. They were literally like nose to nose with each other. Catch the hamster. Go to try to take it back to its cage or put it in. I could put it in the ball. So I go to put it in the ball. It kind of squirms, gets away. Goes under the dresser. So I tear the dresser apart, move the dresser out, try to get him. Can't get her. She goes into the closet and still trying to catch her. And then she goes in. Our house is like a little bit weird. And it gets into the ductwork. So literally there's an air duct back there, and the hamster gets behind the ductwork. And I'm like, oh no. Not going to happen. So hamster's behind the ductwork, and I'm like, I'm toast now. So I'm going to have to either like cut the ductwork open to the house. Hey Haley, how's it going? Going to have to cut the ductwork out. So I'm like, this is going to be a bad deal. So what I do, take the, so I pull off the vent. The closet's a mess. I've got everything thrown out of the closet. And next thing you know is hamster comes out from under the vent. The vent kind of goes like this. Hamster peeks his head out, goes out. I catch the hamster, put it in its ball, take it to the other room, put it away. But that's how the hamster got busted. So, but I don't know. I think she may have been out for a day or so because I fed her on Saturday night, and I didn't find her till Sunday. So she may have been out for a while, but she definitely was busted. So that's the good old hamster story. So let's talk about finding cheap tanks. So we'll go to some of the common places first, and then I'll show you one that I kind of use occasionally that I don't know if a lot of people know about. So, oddball. Hamsters are jerks. Ours got out the first night we got her, but she is secured now. Yeah, yep. Actually, I do have another hamster story. I didn't think about this until just now. So, oh boy. So, so basically, my sister had a hamster when we were a kid. Its name was Ollie. My sister's 9 years younger than I am, and my dad, the hamster, was getting to its 2 year mark. He was when they usually expire, and so Ollie the hamster expired, and instead of like telling my sister that the hamster passed away, my dad decided to go on a midnight procurement mission to Myers. So back in the day, there's a store around Michigan anyway. I think they're in Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky now, but they're called Meijer. Kind of like Walmart, but a little bit nicer. And we went to, I lived about 12 minutes away from Lansing at the time. So went to Lansing, Michigan, got, my dad did, and the only hamster that matched the color of the original Ollie was the meanest hamster you've ever seen. So the people at the store had to get rubber gloves out, pick it up, put it in the put it in the box, take it home. My dad took it home. The thing would bite us and draw blood and everything else. So we had to tell my sister like it changed dispositions or got sick or something like that. So it was kind of a funny story there, but it's pretty interesting. So my dad then, like, one time when my sister was gone, he's like, "You got to come help me bury this. You got to help me bury the original Ollie out in the backyard or in the front yard. Actually, I think we buried it underneath this trailer. So we had to go bury this hamster like under the cover of darkness, so that my sister wouldn't find out. So I don't know if she knows or not. I guess she knows now, but that was kind of my other funny hamster story. So let's hit up the main topic now, which is finding cheap tanks. So we can have a little bit of fun with this. We'll poke around Facebook Marketplace. We'll poke a little bit on another website that I use quite a bit as well. So let me pull this up. All right, so we'll share this. So, all right, we've got Facebook Marketplace. So let's have some fun. All right, we've got 10-gallon with no price. Let's see if we find any good deals, and let's see if we find anything that's ridiculous as well. This one could be interesting. Let's see how much they want for this. See what size this is. I didn't want to do that. All right. So anyways, so this one... all right, let's pull that over a little bit. Didn't say on it. That's good. All right. See if we find anything else. Not much good there. So some other gadgets and stuff. Another fish tank, $100. This one actually might be worth $100. 55-gallon. That's probably about right. But I don't know if I'd pay $100 for it. So here we go. All right, so 240-gallon, 8x2x2. Tank is up and running. Come check it out. All right. That one's not bad for a 240 acrylic, $800. Um, that ain't bad. I don't know if I can swing the $800, but that's one that's that one's not too bad. Now the question is do you get? I don't want any of these things, but do you get all the peacock bass and all the other wonderful? What do we got in here? We got a peacock bass, 3 of them. Whatever this thing is. There's another bass. Looks like a gourami of some sort. A datinoid and an angelfish. Kind of interesting setup. So we'll close out that one. That one wasn't bad. Alright. I don't like that tank. 140 for all 3, a 70, a 55, a 70, and a 120. That ain't bad either. All holding water, tanks only, no lids or equipment. Trim is cracked on tank. Oh, yeah, okay. Those are interesting. Sorry, but I'm not paying $200 for. If you need it gone as soon as possible, how about $20? So let's play around here. You get plastic fish. There you go. Here's another one. It's 180. So quite a bit with that, but I like 180s. So if you want to part with $600, you can get that. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna stop here for a minute. We'll go to the. All right, so actually, I was able to buy 2 of these tanks for $70, and I found them on the site we'll go to in just a minute. It's not as good as this in terms of like, it'll pull up other things other than fish tanks, but I did pull probably a steel. Literally, I got 2 of these, well, with the lids and Eheim filter. So, for those interested, Pet Supplies Plus is rumored to be starting a $1 per gallon sale this weekend. Okay, I do have one of those around here, so definitely looking forward to that. 180-gallon Santa Maria Endler tank. No, I don't know what I'd put in 180. I've been poking around a little bit with what to do with my 245 if I wanted to keep it saltwater or not. One of the things I was poking around with was maybe doing predator haps, but I don't know yet. I think I'm actually going to keep it saltwater. I'm going to change the stocking up a little bit because honestly I'm tired of butterfly fish because they keep not making it. So Cichlids 23 at Pet Supplies Plus. I think it's more Midwest. We have them around here in Michigan. So I think they're more of a regional place. But anyway. Alright, so we've got this goofy thing here. Let's see what this is. I only used one summer, holds water. In Clinton, Michigan. That's a little ways away, but it's an interesting size. Looks like that's like 6 feet by. That's an interesting tank. Alright, let's kind of poke around and see what else we can find before we go to the other site. Now, this is funny. Alright, so we've got a $225 for no tank. There's a picture of the stand. That better be an awful nice stand for $225. Terrarium, deck storage box. Alright, see, we're getting kind of to the nitty gritty. Alright, here we go. Here's a monster. 380 acrylic, measures 4.5 by 4.5 by 30. So that is comes to worst wood frame stand, sump pump as well. Yeah, that's an interesting tank size. So it's definitely that's an interesting one. All right, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, I might pay you $300. Let's see what other ones are out here. We'll keep going down for a few minutes. Interesting. Nope. This one's not bad. And I've been probably out there for over a week, but $150 or $350 for stand 150. Not bad. That's kind of doable. Let's see what this is. So tank and rats, 20-gallon high, 15-gallon tanks, $429 all hold water, $220. All right, let's head to the other site. So the other site I'll put on here, it's garagesalefinder.com. Maybe it'll let me copy the link, maybe it won't. So the cup actually has just water. So this is the Garage Sale Finder. And I'm not going to put in my actual zip code. So we'll do 48080, which is where I used to live. So you can find a lot of stuff on this. So this shows you all the garage sales in the area. And then you can go to the search. And you can do fish tank. Now you won't always find things. So we've got this here. So I like the ones with pictures. So participating in Hazel Park citywide garage sale, accepting credit cards. So fish tank. Let's see if there's a picture of it. So a lot of these have photo galleries, so you can go and look at all the goofy stuff they've got. So is that in that picture? Nope, that's just White Tigers, whatever that is. Leaf Trio. Nope. No pictures of the fish tank. Alright. Now, the only thing I don't like about this site is it makes a new window every time you look. So if you do aquarium, see nothing's found. Sometimes if you look up fish, so let's see what it has. Maybe it has fishing stuff, maybe it has fish tanks, or maybe Fisher Price. That's one of the things too. Hey Cindy, how are you? So that's probably not going to be good. Let's try another, let's go back to location. Does anyone want to try a location? We'll pick one. We will pick, we'll pick Columbus, Ohio. Alright, so now. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your situation. Like, if I have the fish barn, I don't have any problem buying used stuff. I'll sometimes swing through the Salvation Army, too. So, let's take a look here and see. Let's do the same thing. And let's do fish tank. Nope. Alright. So it's a hit or miss thing, right? Let's try. Fun. Look up the coop. So there's only one garage sale. Nothing there. Alright. Let's try. Try difference. We can try. Alright. So we have some more here. Let's do that same garage sale again. Alright. Let's try. Alright. Yeah, see, the problem is we're doing this on Tuesday. What you want to do is, if you're doing this for real, like when you're really wanting to look, like start like Thursday. I feel like Deepak Chopra. We're not going to get political on that one. Sorry, cichlids. We'll do Craigslist too. I do Craigslist too. We'll do that one. Hold on. So we'll do Craigslist real quick too. We'll take a look. So we'll look at this saltwater tank. 32 gallons. Nope. Alright. Let's see. Reptile or fish tank. I don't know. What do you guys think of this one? I think this one's a tweener. So, would you guys do 700 for a 135 or not? We'll ask the people. So, do like Gladiator. Is it thumbs up or is it thumbs down? I would say, let's see what it comes with. I'll go through the other pictures too. Comes with three canister filters. One of them is the Sun right there. So it's got 3 canister filters. I don't know what they are. And they're 700 firm. That means they're not willing to give it up. Nope. Yeah, I kind of agree, Candy. I think it's a little too much. Now that's funny. So this guy's undercutting him. So let's see. This one, that one might be, I don't know. What do we got here? Oh, we got some more of those Mars systems. So, separate fish tank display item in our warehouse. So, yep. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you guys a word of advice. Don't ever buy this. You know what? Don't ever buy one of these because they, honestly, they're too small. Like this area, like in here, it's too small. I hate these with an unbridled passion. I bought like something like this, almost this exact price. I drove out, got it. You know what I use it for? I hold my PVC plumbing in it. So that's what I do with it. So don't buy these. It's tempting, you know what I mean? You can get a bunch of tanks, but you're like, no. Let's see. This is, I don't know, 50 gallon. They've got, you can get yourself a pontoon boat. Fish tank with filter. So this looks like the old diatom filter. So, 10 gallon. Getting kind of. Then you start. Problem with Craigslist. Let me go back to that, Candy. Where was that? Oh, right here. Okay. I think Big D Smoke brings up a good point here too. The guy that does aquarium maintenance at a doctor's office, he was moving and wanted to get a bigger tank, so he got it from them in a deal for setting up their new one. So I think one of the things you could do too is make friends with your aquarium maintenance companies. You know, if they're getting rid of something like that could be something you could, maybe get fairly cheap. All right, let's see if there's anything else on this. I guess you can get yourself a fishing boat. I would get something like that for a boat, but that's another day, another discussion. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. We have a winner. We have a winner for sale for the right price of $160. A 30-gallon fish tank with stand and a 10-gallon sump. Both tanks have been drilled and come with fitting and tubing already connected for an overflow. And that looks like a fluorescent light. And nope, and nope. So that is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner for the biggest rip-off I've seen on here. I don't think we can beat that one. I think that's the winner. Terry's Tropical Tanks got a good pick of my thread fins with fins spread out. That's good. That's a tough sledding there for sure. Big D's, I'm always looking for a 180 gallon or up and hate it when the ads say huge fish tank for sale and then I click on it, it's a 55. Yep. I'm still mad at myself. The huge store in downtown Sac shut down while I was in a fish funk, wasn't in the loop. They had like 200 gallon tanks, 150 gallon tanks, and tons of 6-foot tanks. Yeah, that's a good place to find them too. So, I'll tell you my story about the tank that got away. So there's someone I work with. Still work with her actually, and everyone in the office knows I'm into fish tanks. So I work in a huge building, but everyone in our area knows that I'm into fish tanks. And her husband had, he kept, a Pacu. His name was Sean. He kept the Pacu for like 22 years. And in the meantime, they had 2 kids, etc., etc. Well, she comes downstairs and finds that the literally like everything, like literally like he bought a new heater and the heater literally caught on fire. So, literally almost burned their house down on fire. So she comes finds me like the next day or two or whatever, and she's like, "Listen," she's like, "we got to get rid of the fish." So I gave her some places to call. At the time, I didn't know about like the Ohio Fish Rescue. Maybe that's where he could have gone, but apparently he didn't make it. But I could have gotten the tank for $500. It was 6 feet, or no, I think it was 8 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. So this was before the barn. If I had the barn, I would have gotten that in a heartbeat. And she offered it to me for $500. So that's the one that and looks like Cichlids 23 is going to get a little wet. So, all right, let's go ahead now. We did the update on the barn. We've gone through some fish tanks and where to find them. So let's do the Facebook post of the week. So we'll pop that up here. All right. So Facebook post of the week is, "Hey guys, gonna start a saltwater setup soon. Advice, basic necessities." So, all right. So, let me see. Let's start some basic advice. 1, go slow. Yep, definitely take your time and go slow if you start setting up saltwater. There's a saying that goes around the reefing community that says nothing ever happens. Nothing good ever happens. Let me start that over. Nothing good ever happens fast in a reef tank. Only bad things happen fast. So that is the first thing, is take your time. So don't go ahead, it's not, saltwater is a little different than freshwater where you can't you can't go and do buy all your fish at once. So what that means is you can't go, say for example, you want to go buy African cichlids. You go buy 6 African cichlids, you put them in the tank, and everyone's cool. Saltwater, you got to take it a little slower than that. Especially with the bio load and stuff like that. The one thing I would do is if you have a cycled tank for things like tangs, you got to pay attention to body shape. So don't put, if you're buying zebra soma, which are the yellow tangs, purple tangs, gem tangs, black tangs, all of those different type of tangs, you got to buy those at once and put them in at once. They're almost like a lot of the cichlids, right? So if you get a breeding colony of cichlids and then you put in one other fish, then it just kind of goes by the wayside. All right. Let me see my other piece of advice. Get a protein skimmer. And a test kit. If you're doing a reef tank, make sure you get the, what do you want to call it? The calcium alkalinity and magnesium test kits. If you're doing high-end SPS corals, which I would not recommend if you're starting out. But definitely get a test kit and use it. Get a refractometer. Do not get the swing arm hydrometer thing. Those are garbage. Don't get them. Especially now with refractometers are they're $15 on Amazon. So don't get the swing arm hydrometer. Get a protein skimmer. Get a sump. And actually get a drilled tank or drill it yourself. That's my other piece of advice. Learn how to do the plumbing if you don't know how to do it. Figure it out, because honestly, Um, yeah, literally, if you can, do those things, get a drilled tank. Don't mess with the hang over the back overflows. Those things are those are those are an invitation to flood your floor. Is what those are. So this is one I'm gonna get a little opinionated on. Let me see what else. Oh, one of the biggest ones is research what you're buying. Even more so in salt water than you would even in fresh water. For example, there are certain fish that do not go with corals. People have been kind of pushing the envelope a little bit, but still, if you're getting an SPS tank or buying corals, don't go out and buy a butterfly fish because they'll have your corals for lunch. There's other things that eat corals too, so be careful. You research your fish. Saltwater is not a place to go and impulse buy, because if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you could be getting yourself into a lot of trouble. Also, research paleotoxin. I know Dr. Erickson brought that up in the video he and I did a few weeks ago. But if you're doing saltwater and messing around with zoanthids, learn what paleotoxin is. Learn how to handle the corals correctly, so you don't get yourself or anyone else sick, because that stuff is bad news. If they have anything else, and then don't buy the Cyclone skimmer. If you've come across those are better for a lot of other things other than being a protein skimmer. If I had one, I would actually do a DIY video on what you could do with it. But I have not come across one. If I did somewhere, I actually would buy it for the purposes of showing you what you could do for it. If the price was right, I wouldn't go pay. I think they're still in the fish stores, and I think they're like $100, and I'm not going to pay $100. Lighting is important as well. Yes, that is true, Terry. Definitely research your lighting. If you're doing fish only with live rock, it's not as important. But if you're doing reef stuff, definitely research your lighting. That being said, I am going to play around if I do a reef tank at some point with the Aqua saltwater lights I have and see how good those are. Like, they're fine for my tank, like for my fish only tank, but I'm tempted to figure out what to do with those in a different setup. So, Lacey's Place is here. How's it going? Oh, Candy, is that the store Steamfot was talking about yesterday that he used to go to that's closing down? I heard him talk about that yesterday. That his local fish store might be closing down. I'd go, but it's a little bit of a trip. I could literally go to the sale and then drive home. Because I think I looked up Washington a few streams ago. Literally, it'd be like 2 days for me to get there and 2 days to get him back. So all tanks and fixtures, Aqua Pets is closing. So, all right. So does anyone else have anything to suggest for the Facebook post of the week? I think that would be a good one to. I think that was a good one to go with. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that is the one Bob was talking about. So, that's kind of what I've got for tonight. So, let's see. But I'll get someone to drive me up there if they have a deal on the tanks I want. I'll have to just see what it is. I wonder if they have a Facebook page. Hold on. We'll look it up for you. Hold on. Marysville, Washington. Let's see what we got. All right, we're gonna go to this. There we go. So the lease is up. Our retail store is up. We have decided to close a retail storefront to concentrate on the aquarium maintenance portion of our business. All our freshwater fish and supplies are now on sale for 20% off. We're also selling all the aquariums and fixtures at heavily discounted prices. So, all right. So let me see. All right. If you're doing a fish only, what if you're doing a fish only? A lot of that stuff still applies. Legacy Aquatics definitely go slow. Get a protein skimmer. Get a sump. Actually, it's some of the filtration is actually more important with the saltwater fish, just because you don't have the biological corals and a little bit. They're a little bit like plants in terms of the filtration. They can help with filtration. So JH Aquatics is here. Hey Joseph, how's it going? Sorry I missed your stream Sunday. I don't remember where I was doing. What was I doing? Okay, I can't remember. So, with the clown pairs, Terry, you can run a sponge filter. I run mine on a central system with a slump. One thing you do have to be careful with is quarantine. So if you buy a new fish, you don't want to have disease, etc. in the tanks. So definitely don't want to do that. So, but that's the Aqua Pets, and then Slicklets 23. Corey was just talking about it a few months ago, how you can be successful. Yeah, he's said that for a long time. So I've watched Corey for a long time now. It's almost been like 3 years, I think. And he said that quite a bit, and I tend to agree with him. If you're doing it as a business, I mean, the fish barn is not really a business, right? I mean, I may sell some stuff at an auction or something, but like if I were to really do this as building as a business, I mean, it would be like, you've got to kind of specialize a little bit. I actually do have another story for you guys. So let me poke back to me here. I think I found, speaking of fish stores, I actually think I found the sketchiest fish store ever. So the one thing I didn't talk about yet is we did go to the guppy auction. There was a guppy show Sunday, or Saturday and Sunday. I just went Sunday for the auction. It was rather small, so it was only about 40 bags or so. And did get some video of the show guppies before, as they were kind of debenching them. So I got there about half hour early. Filmed some of what guppies I could. They were pretty cool. But I did pick up some pretty cool stuff. You're going to see that on Thursday. But the auction, it was funny. It started at 9 o'clock, and it was done at 9:45. So I was already down on a different side of town. And literally, it's like, I want to check out some of the fish stores down here. Problem was, the fish stores didn't open till noon. So I had to kill a couple hours before I could go to the fish store. So thankfully, there was an IKEA near there. So I went to the IKEA for a while, did some other stuff, hit a couple stores up. But the store I went to, and I'm not going to name the name because I'm not going to throw shade at anybody. But the store, it specialized in cichlids. And literally, it was the cross between a motorcycle club, if you've watched Gremlins, the place where you can buy the Mogwai, like so when you went in and bought the actually original Gremlin, that was a cross between that, especially in terms of lighting. Once you went in, it was a pretty interesting place. Like I said, I'm not going to throw any shade towards it, but you know, 'cause everyone's got to eat. But it was interesting. You walk in, you know, it's dark. You know, half the tank lights work. You know, the lighting was like the Mogwai shop, right, in Gremlins. Like, you could literally see, you know, it get dark and had kind of a dank smell to it. Kind of had the 70s look. It was an interesting place, to say the least. I did have my camera equipment with me, but I didn't know if I really wanted to video it or not. That could have been an interesting video, but, you know, I think sometimes you gotta leave the camera in the car. So, I did do that. I did go to a couple other places as well. I've been trying to find some inspiration for some of the other tanks I've got downstairs. I've got like 3 big tanks now that I don't know what to put in. But I'm slowly kind of working my way to figuring out a plan. So I'm pretty happy about that. But we'll let you guys know here coming up. And then for Sunday's video, we are going to do the pond. So I did take some video of the actual pond installation. So pond's going to be, not sure what I'm going to put in it yet. I've been kind of bumping around a couple different species. I have a species of Gadiad that likes to be cold. So maybe that fish. But I'm afraid of it actually getting too warm. I'm also kind of throwing around guppies or maybe even some cichlids like a yellow lab or purple ACI, something like that. See if I can get some breeding outside. Something to think about. So it's 9:52. So we've been going now for about 52 minutes. So I'm about up with my time. Do you guys have any last minute questions? Don't throw guppies around. No. I think you guys will like some of the guppies I got at the auction, though. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you guys what it is, but there are some that are pretty cool. But it was an interesting little auction. So, I'm not sure yet. I have some Variatus platies, too, that I could put in there, too. Or actually just Xiphophorus Variatus that I could throw in there as well. Not sure yet. Maybe I'll do the Gadiad and the guppies. Who knows? But, let's see. Do you guys have any last minute questions? So I think we had some fun. Michigan has some very good guppy breeders. I kind of thought so. There's a guy, I've seen a couple of them running around the clubs and stuff like that. So, Michigan's got actually a pretty good fish heat in general. I think the saltwater went downhill a little bit after the recession. It's not as good as, in my opinion, it's not as good as it used to be. Just the freshwater definitely pretty good. I mean, you got it from Grand Rapids to Detroit, Lansing. I mean, the best fish store in Michigan's in Lansing, which is not the largest city. So you would think like, that the best fish store would be in Detroit, but it actually isn't. Detroit fish market is it's more smaller, so there's a lot of different smaller stores. It's kind of interesting. There's really not a big like mega store here, like a mega like mom and pop store, call it. You know, we've got PetSmart, Pet Supplies Plus, Petco, etc. But there's not. They're all kind of like smaller shops, so it's kind of an interesting dynamic there. So yeah, so I've come to learn that there is quite a bit of you know, like Terry was saying, quite a bit going on here. So let me see. Anything else we've got going on? So nope, I don't think I've got anything else. There is a tour coming soon. Definitely going to show you all the new fish I've gotten. There are quite a few in here that either have moved or they're new. So I did get an order from LRB as well. So unfortunately, one of the fish from Aquashella I lost and disappeared, and I wanted those back. So those are back now as well. So I'm going to show you guys what I got, kind of what's moved around as well. So definitely a lot of changes here. So that being said, I'll take go for another minute or two, and then I think we'll go ahead and shut it down here. Let's see if there's any last comments as well. So looks like no more questions. So go ahead here, and I'll shut the stream down, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out. As always, it's been fun, and we will see you again next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, as always. And have a good one. Keep on breeding, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.